to my live stream, and that'll teach me not to watch the clock on the wall. we're, we're getting started here, and we're going with five crazy things. Yes, five things. That's what that guy said. And here we are, like we had on the thumbnail. First crazy thing that I want to share with you, kitchen secret, is you know how you have the O-Cedar makes your life easier, and you have the Swiffer mops and all those. Little secret that you can do that'll save you a ton of money is just get a couple of microfiber towels, and you can just hook them right into your microfiber, into your mop, into the O-Cedar mop or the Swiffer Jet mop, and just hook them in and use a microfiber towel. Now that's a secret, and they work just as well, as a matter of fact, even better. And you can wash them and reuse them. It's better for the environment. So microfiber towels. Now, another word about microfiber towels. Unfortunately, they aren't absolutely better for the environment because microfibers do leach into the water, and they have all sorts of troubles with microfibers. So maybe get cotton if you're really out to do more than just save money. But if you're just out to save money, get microfiber towels. That's saving number one. I better open up chat just in case somebody decides to join me and finds that I'm live. It's been a while since I've gone live here. Now, tip number two is I've been doing, and one of the reasons why I haven't been live as much is because I'm doing a lot of research with computers. Now, computers, you don't even need a cookbook actually. If you have a computer and an AI, you can just say, how do I make eggs? And it'll show you how to make eggs. But if you're doing sauces, this is my tip number two. And kitchen secret, I did not know how to make a good Thanksgiving turkey sauce until after I purchased this book. This book has the secret to every single sauce under the sun. You can make a Thai green curry paste. Oh man. And just how to thicken sauces. Sauce Robert, hollandaise sauce. I went to the hollandaise sauce for learning how to do hollandaise sauce. My brother's got an interesting way that he makes it also. Not out of this book though. His is a totally different way, and I didn't even know you could do it the way he does it. He does it in a blender, and he takes, I think, 2 eggs and 3 sticks of margarine. I mean, not margarine, butter. And he heats up the butter and then puts it in. And the way he puts it into the blender is he puts the eggs in there first, starts the eggs going, and then we'll pour the hot butter into the blender and have that actually make the hollandaise. It'll cook and everything will get done in a jiff. So in about 30 seconds, he has hollandaise and a totally messy blender. Whereas I choose to go with the double boiler, old school, and that way I can also make single serving uh, hollandaise sauce, which I've done before in the past. So that's two savings and secrets. Cooking in the kitchen, there's all sorts of appliances that you can get, and I prefer to keep it. I have very strict or unique way of looking at appliances. One, the appliance has to be simple. Two, it has to be easy to clean. Three, it has to be thrifty. Four, it has to be something that doesn't use a lot of energy if it's something that cooks. For example, I bought an air fryer, and unfortunately it wasn't easy to clean. And air fryers actually use quite a bit more energy than, say, my gas oven, which I just replaced this last year, and really happy with that. Well, I should get on with my secret, and this is secret number 3, and that is Bamix mixer, which is one of the things that I use, and that is a great tool in your kitchen to have, is your Bamix mixer. With the mixers, you have the mixer container that you can get. Now, they don't always come, as a matter of fact, usually they sell the tops separate from the containers. Why? Because these things break and they're expensive. Now, I'm going to save you a ton of money. I love frosting, and I was using some frosting the other day, and I looked at these guys because I saved the tops, and I actually saved the container too. Clean them out, and then you can fill them up with something else like rice, sugar, coffee, you name it. But the top in particular, I hadn't thought about it until the other day. I looked at this container here, and I'm going to save you quite a bit of money because these tops alone right here will cost you $10. Frosting, this will cost you between $1.50 and $3 depending on the store that you're going to. Now we take the top, we take this, and if you can even hear this snap. I'm not sure if you'll hear it on the broadcast or not. Did you hear that snap? It snaps on. This thing holds on better than the Bamix lid. And it is actually stronger than the Bamix lid. This is made out of plastic, a more flexible plastic. This is made out of a rigid plastic. I've broken quite a few of these in the past. I haven't broken any of these yet. I just figured this one out the other day. So stay tuned. You can ask me how well it lasts in the future. And that is what share number. We did the microfibers. We did, what else did we do? We did this, and, sauces, and this. It's been a long day today already. Something about doing Lumosity in the morning, it makes you a little bit, fries your brain a little bit, but it's good for your brain. It's exercise for your brain. And I do need a lot of water. I was in a restaurant once, and actually more than once, but one of these nicer restaurants where they had a cloth, tablecloth, and the waiter came by and he had one of these, and these are great, made by Fuller. And this isn't a sponsored plug, but Fuller makes nice brushes. Well known. There's a big history behind Fuller if you ever want to look it up. But he used one of these crumb rollers. Such a handy little device to have around the kitchen is a crumb roller. And you can get these, and they have bigger models, which I don't have lying around. I thought I might have lying around other ones, but they make actually, they call them sweeper brooms or whatever, and they work well. That is share number 4. Now, share number 5 is a secret that when I went on a clear liquid diet. Now, orange, for some reason, they're allowing orange now on a clear liquid diet. I did not try it, but here's orange, and some places allow it and some won't. But Jello makes a great drink. Substitute Jello for, instead of your milk or your water when you're making a fruit smoothie, and you will get a super amazing, such smooth smoothie that you'll probably do it that way for the rest of your life. Also, these are handy to have around. It's a spoon, because I haven't had my lunch yet, so I'm going to have a little bit of Jello. Now, you don't want to spill it on your desk, which I just did. But a secret to making Jello is to take your time. Usually you'll have to boil 1 to 2 cups of water and then mix it in with the Jello. If you're making a fourth, this is 4 cups right here of Jello. Comes in the bigger pack. And I first made it with the 2 cups of hot water, and then you stir it in and make sure it's well stirred. Stir it for a full 2 minutes. And then they say to add cold water. If you're in a rush, you can add one that has a little bit of ice cubes in there. But to make it even colder, I just use room temperature water and I stir it in. Another secret that you can do is, instead of throwing it in your refrigerator right away, you can just let it sit on the counter for a while, get to room temperature, and then put it in your refrigerator. That way, if you have your Jello, like say below your milk and your eggs, your milk and your eggs aren't going to go bad from having all that heat on them. And the rest of your refrigerator won't have the trouble of having to try to overcome the hot Jello that had just come off the stove. All sorts of fun things you can do with Jello. And those are the 5 secrets. Sauces. We'll get back to the sauces here. Let's see, we have California fish sauce, which is pretty good. You get a 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of water. Juice of 2 large lemons, 1/3 cup of seedless raisins, and a lemon slice. That's pretty easy, and just cook it on the stove. Love my sauces. A lot of times will, I've been getting into using, instead of using a lot of salt in the recipe, well, actually you shouldn't use a lot of salt at all. You can get yourself weaned off of salt almost entirely just by adding more pepper into your recipes. And I'm not talking about pepper sauce, Tabasco sauce, sriracha sauce. If you look at those, one of the key ingredients is salt in those. They're heavy in salt. Just straight out pepper, ground black pepper or sriracha pepper or jalapeno pepper. You add that to whatever you're making and it will have a saltier taste. So That's one of the secrets. We have a Newburg sauce. I love lobster Newburg. It's delicious. 2 tablespoons butter, 1 cup whipping cream, 5 tablespoons of sherry. No wonder why I liked it so much. Half a teaspoon of salt, 3 egg yolks well beaten, and a lobster corral if available. Yum. Now, with making sauces that have yolks, a lot of times you want to have something that you're going to do with your egg whites. Some cooks make meringues, which is a great thing to be able to make. I've never been able to make a good meringue, but I love meringue cookies. They're one of my favorite. Chewy meringue cookies, delish. This book is out of print, unfortunately, but you can get copies of it. I take that back. It's not out of print, but it's hard to find. Although it is on Amazon, and I think they have a different cover than this book now. But Gordon Grimsdale, he's the guy to go for sauces. This little guy, I keep this, and I keep it in my pocket because I do what I call shopper size, and I go out and I exercise. And because one of the things is you cook a lot and you eat a lot, you're going to need to exercise a lot to balance things out. But I love to go and get myself some ice cream, and having a spoon in your pocket is so handy for getting ice cream. And then, or if you need to eat, or if you have to defend yourself, you can always get yourself and use this spoon to poke somebody with it. Frosting, there's many uses, because obviously you're going to want to have that for the top of your Bamix container. If you ever want a sweet, quick treat, you take yourself a can of frosting and a slice of bread, and you put a little frosting on that bread, and that just makes it oh so delicious. Kids love it. I love it too. 140 calories for 2 tablespoons of Duncan Hines dark chocolate fudge frosting. Great stuff. And you can use your Bamix lid on top of your frosting in a pinch. Glass. Switching to glass instead of plastic takes up more space, but it's much better for your health and the environment. Something that you might consider. You can usually find, although it's getting more popular, you used to be able to find old glassware in the thrift shops. And as a matter of fact, I paid a whopping $3 for these over at the Navy thrift shop. So you look around, you can have finds. Loved thrift shopping. If you're ever thinking about a cooking device and it's rather expensive, you might think about waiting a while, because a lot of times people will try things out. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about dropping my air fryer at the thrift shop, because I don't know if I'm ever going to use it again. I've used it a couple of times to try it out, and I did like cooking with it. I didn't like cleaning it. Like I said, it's got to be easy to clean. Now, air fryers, the bigger air fryers, the ones that are actually full on ovens, in addition to being an air fryer, those are a little bit easier to clean. But those little small round ones, they got all the little nooks and crannies, and it helps that well, it doesn't help. It actually hurts that I don't have a dishwasher. So everything I wash has to be hand washed. And that takes up some extra time, space, and effort to get all of your dishes hand washed to your satisfaction. It helps that I have a double sink. If you're ever remodeling your kitchen, don't let them sell you on getting a single sink in your kitchen. Always get a double sink, because then you can, when you're doing dishes and you have pots and pans, you can have one side for the wash and the other side for a rinse, which helps. This, let's see, where did I get all this music from? I'm trying to remember. Oh, wow. Look that one up just a second. Music. This music is from Persona Music, and I've been very happy with them. And you get a license to use it on your YouTube channel, and you white label your music channel so that you don't get music strikes. And that's one of the things that you can do with music. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of research on the internet, and we have, where to go? Just a second here. For instance, like I said, AI. I have well over 10 different AI programs that I'm using. There's a couple that you can get for free. One is called Poe, P-O-E. The other one is Bard, B-A-R-D. And the last one is, well, last one, but the last free one is Copilot or Co-Project. I'm trying to remember which it is. Let me see if I can find that. Taskbar settings. Hiding. Task manager. No, not that one. Taskbar. All right, here we go. Copilot. Copilot, that showed up on my last update for Windows 11. And I was pretty interested with that. Now with cooking, also you have the consumption of energy while you're cooking. A lot of times it's best to think about that if you're one who is a little bit tight on your cash. You also will be watching your utility bill, because if you're not energy conscious in the kitchen, you can spend a lot of money. A lot of times cooking on the stove is faster and even more economical than putting something in the oven. For instance, if I get a sheet of chicken and I'm putting a sheet of chicken into the oven and baking it, it'll be a lot prettier. But if I put that same amount of chicken into a pot, for instance, chicken thighs, I can cook them more energy efficiently over one burner in a big pot. And then I can make stew there, and chicken would have enough chicken for the whole week with about 5 pounds of chicken. And merch. I even have merch saying how about cook? Cook is better. Getting back in the habit, the nook, back in the swing of doing things live. It's been a while. And next time we will have it all planned out. As a matter of fact, somebody joined us. Hello, how you doing? We had 5 things that we shared today, and one of them is for the Bamix. For these, the tops, which cost about $10, are easy to break, but what you can do is you get the top off of a frosting can, and you can use that on top of the Bamix container. You'd think that I would have found this out a long time ago, and then you can even hear it snap into place. Not bad. It's actually more durable than the Bamix lids too. That's share number 1. Now share number 2, which was actually share number 1 when I first went through it, is microfiber towels. Now these things, you can use them, reuse them. If you really get them real dirty, they're never going to get clean again. I mean, clean. But use them on top of one of the O-Cedar mops or the Swiffer Swiftjet mops. You can use these instead of the those inserts that they sell. Those are pretty expensive, actually. And microfibers are a good alternative for your wallet. They aren't as well, actually, they're probably just as good as they have a problem with microfibers in the water system, but the problem is you're going to have the plastic from the disposables that'll be a problem also. Another thing for the kitchen and serving and having you have guests over for your holiday dinner, and it's a cloth table top, you crumb rollers. Fuller Brush makes crumb rollers. First time I ever saw one of these was in a restaurant with the cloth table covering. And I think that's 4. And last one is Jello. Jello is great for making drinks. When I'm on a clear liquid diet for colonoscopy, I use lime Jello and a little bit of mixture with lemon lime, and it is delicious. I love it. And it does a great job of making a smoothie smooth. You can also take Jello, a banana, just substitute Jello for whatever liquid you're going to use in your smoothie, and that will just work like there's no tomorrow. It is a great thing to have. And if there's no questions, I am going to get on with my day. It's been a pleasure having you all. Get out there and cook, have some fun. The kitchen should not be a place that you shy away from. You can save a ton of money by cooking your own food rather than going out. And love you all.